After 19 hours with Mina the Hollower, I reached its tough, fun, and rewarding conclusion. I put down my controller as credits rolled, and I reflected. There was the instant sense of satisfaction from completing a game. But it's rare I feel it to quite this level. Then, instead of moving on to another game in my endless backlog like usual, I picked the controller back up and dived right back into everything I still had left to discover. Its crazy amounts of secrets, 7 new Game Plus variants, and a huge list of modifiers were left waiting for me. As this video releases, it's been 2 weeks since I started playing, and I'm still looking forward to what's left to discover. My name's Phil, and this is Pixel Tavern's full review of Mina the Hollower. A quick note, I won't be showing any big spoilers in this review, such as the ending, or talking about the great story in anything but a vague context to avoid spoiling it. I'll also show only a few bosses. But if you just want to get an idea of how Mina the Hollower plays, with a lighter look at just the first several hours, you can check out my preview instead, which is in the card on screen now. Otherwise, here's the full review. Mina the Hollower begins by introducing your overall goal. The 6 spark generator towers of Tenebrous Isle that power and protect the city of Osix and its surrounding areas need repair, and only Mina knows how to fix them. You then choose from a selection of 3 weapons. The Blast Strike Maul, a slow powerful hammer, the Night Star, a long-range whip-like mace, and the fast-striking dual blades, Whisper and Vesper. Thanks to Mina's core ability as a Hollower, she can burrow through the ground for a few seconds to avoid attacks and pop up again to retaliate with her own. And by gaining momentum from burrowing, you can be nimble by leaping around enemies and across large gaps. I felt this was perfectly suited to the quick and close-range jabs of the dual daggers and served me well for a majority of battles. All of the weapons are fun and viable playstyles though, and offer enough variation to make it worth replaying with each one. There are also 2 more to discover at the Osix Blacksmith. The Guardian's Casket Shield with the ability to parry attacks, and my absolute favourite by the end, the Battery Buster. It holds up to 8 rebounding energy-style bullets, and to reload you need to melee attack for more. And you can switch between the 2 styles at any time. It has a great risk and reward system for playing offensively and defensively. Alongside these weapons are sidearms. Over a dozen of these weapons are discovered across the map and can be swapped out each time you find them. From exploding bites to healing dashes and even helpful ghosts. They add a layer to the combat that allows you to change things up to suit you. Mina plays so well due to the simple, smooth, and responsive movement that always made me feel in control. When I fell down a pit or got dominated by one of the many battles, I knew it was my fault, but I grew more knowledgeable with every death as to what I could do better. The simplistic controls of a jump button that by holding will burrow Mina through the ground, useful in combat and exploration, an attack button and a sidearm button are all you'll ever need. But that simplicity allows for the flow of combat and the platforming to be complex in other ways, with fast-paced and fluid battles where attacks from both yourself and enemies are frequent but never overwhelming, and platforming is precise without ever being frustrating. I died a fair amount, but there was not a single moment that I got frustrated, beyond my own skills letting me down, of course. Once you get through the opening area, you are able to explore Tenebrous Isle in whichever direction you choose. There's an advisory order you can learn via the local newspapers found near the town centre. But if you're a millennial like me and the idea of a newspaper scares and confuses you, or you just don't find them for several hours, you might just end up taking some of the harder routes first. And to me, that's what makes this such a joy to play. I headed towards the easiest tower first, since you are somewhat led there by the world design. But beyond that, I did every area out of the advised order, leading to an intense and rewarding journey through some of the toughest areas. Despite being able to turn back whenever I wanted, my stubborn determination meant I never did, and this led to a very unique experience on my first and every playthrough. The open world structure of being able to tackle things in any order has become very popular in the last decade, likely due to the success of modern Zelda games and several others. This structure felt unique to me though. The simple idea that each area is of a different class of difficulty added a weird sense of pride when I found out I'd done things in a tough order, which is possible because you are never restricted on where you can go within the main paths of the world. You can get to the 6 spark generators with the exact items you started with. You don't want to just rush to them though. There is a seemingly endless amount of side quests, minigames, and adventures to discover. From the addictive burrowing minigame, to the hidden weapon upgrades, to the stories of other characters. Like the friends who want you to help them capture this poor innocent rabbit? To Yacht Club Games, Link here knows what you made me do. Everything feels so alive and characterful. You will want to explore everything. To do so, you will fight, platform, and puzzle your way through several creative, intricately and densely designed biomes. Mina the Hollower had a 6-year development, and the sheer amount to discover within its dark and gothic world makes it clear not a single second was wasted. Every screen of every biome is a wealth of secrets to discover, and whether that discovery leads you to spark generators or to secret encounters and rewards, it's always an enjoyable and worthwhile journey. Secret caves, destructible walls, and hidden pathways are everywhere. It reminds me a lot, as is intended, of classic Zelda games. But what makes it stand out to me, and surprisingly grew on me more and more, is that there is no in-game map. In my preview of the first several hours, my only gripe was I found myself going in circles, trying to figure out where to go. I was having fun, but I was definitely lost. However, as you learn the layout of the world and start experimenting with your abilities, you learn its tricks. And things start to click as you realise something you walked past 100 times was the entrance to another area the whole time. There are signposts that will tell you the direction of nearby areas, and even if it seems like that route is a dead end, there will be a subtle visual hint to guide you. By roughly the halfway point, I never got lost again. Or if I did, I was having such a good time I didn't notice. The fun of getting lost, learning the map, and finding something new becomes a part of the adventure. I do wonder if an optional modifier to have a map would prevent players from potentially getting frustrated, but as long as you really pay attention to the environment, and if you try talking to the residents of this world for clues, you'll quickly find your way. In terms of pure exploration, this world is one of the best I have ever experienced. Unlike Zelda, where an area leads up to a dungeon, it's more of a seamless flow between areas as you work your way towards each of the bosses and towers. The puzzle and traversal experience is similar, but the feel of the world is clearly its own. On replays, my knowledge became such a valuable tool that I used to get faster times and discover shortcuts. Speedruns of this are going to be pretty intense, as are the over 24 challenging boss battles. I took on all of the mandatory and several of the optional ones, with each one taking me no more than 2 or 3 attempts. By the final boss, which as expected, took several more. But other players I know had a way higher death count. Maybe it's my Zelda muscle memory, but for me, the challenge was never overwhelming. It was just pure fun the whole way through. I also found the risk and reward system of the healing mechanic really gelled with me. You carry multiple vials that replenish from rare pickups, on death, and from Mina's underground labs that you will find around the world, and where you'll respawn when you die. These allow you to heal the plasma in your health bar, built up by attacking enemies, and from the occasional item drop. Healing when it's low, you will get little health back, so you take the risk of getting in attacks for the rewards of more health. Thankfully, you get more vials and even upgrades to your plasma as you progress. And thanks to Mina's array of other upgrades, you can also make things easier on yourself by exploring to collect the bones of the dead, used here as currency and experience points. You can lose your unspent bones if you die when you're not carrying any sparks, which are replenished by either leveling up or returning to where you died. You can also upgrade to carry extra sparks to alleviate the fear of dying. Thankfully, bones are found absolutely everywhere, so getting more is never a problem, and thanks to the sparks, I only lost a few thousand bones in my first playthrough. Don't worry if you heard the term Souls-like mentioned alongside Mina the Hollower and that puts you off. Although you can play it that way, you can also make it play in a style that suits you. From health, defense, attack, and weapon upgrades, to 60 trinkets that give you perks ranging from the basics such as faster healing or a longer burrow, to a crazy combo set that you might be able to spot a glimpse of in this video. Those, alongside many other optional upgrades, can help modify the difficulty to suit you. There are even dozens of optional modifiers to increase or decrease the difficulty, such as taking extra damage or adding in more labs to use as checkpoints to return to when you die, or to just make everything get a little bit crazy, such as screen filters that you can toggle on, or have them swap every time you jump. There is an insane level of customization that can be used to suit anyone's playstyle or needs. Mina is for everyone, not just those looking for a hardcore challenge, although it certainly is that too if you want it to be. And the default difficulty level is so well balanced that I suggest you stick to it for your first run through if you can. Then of course is the presentation. Graphically it speaks for itself, the incredible pixel artwork and animation from lead artist Sandy Gordon, probably the best I've seen of this retro style. Look and feel matches exactly to its inspiration of classic Game Boy Color titles. Every character is recognizable and memorable, even with the very limited pixel count and colors available. My favorite enemy is this snake with a knife, who for some reason made me laugh every time I saw it, even when it was attacking me. The sense of depth of the environments is always clearly on display, making sure any platforming related deaths are from your own skills, not the limitations of the art. The music, primarily composed by the brilliant Jake Kaufman, with a couple of guest songs from Streets of Rage composer Yuzo Koshihiro, is a beautiful retro chiptune style, similar to Jake's works on Shovel Knight, but it is still distinctively its own. You will be humming its memorable soundtrack for weeks. In conclusion, Mina the Hollower is not just an incredible game that deserves everyone's attention, it's also one of the best ones you can buy. It has so many quests, battles, platforming, customization, and overall character to keep you coming back for dozens of hours. And without spoiling it, a truly unforgettable ending that really took me by surprise. Even at the halfway point of the year, I can already see this being my, and many others, game of the year. Now, before I give my final score, and to add some context to it, I want to show you something. This is my Zelda games collection. I have a complete in-box version of every single one. A couple of them are repro boxes, but they're all original games. It's my favourite franchise, and you could say this is my holy grail of games. In that collection is also my honorary game, Tunic, an absolutely incredible Zelda-inspired adventure game and my favourite indie title. I got the physical version as I wanted it to sit alongside my collection. Why is this relevant? Because when Mina the Hollower releases physically, I'm going to be putting it up on that shelf right alongside them as my joint favourite indie game. It's absolutely amazing and is one of the best adventure games I've ever played. I'm already enjoying my second run through, something I very rarely do straight away, and it's a title that I know I'll be returning to multiple times for years. And after how much fun I had, how can I give it anything other than 10 out of 10? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Phil, and I'm the creator of The Pixel Tavern. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel for more of my videos, with retrospectives, reviews, and more. Every time you watch any of my videos, it really helps my channel grow. A huge thank you to Yacht Club Games for the early review copy. I know I'm a small channel, so I really appreciate them giving me a chance to do this. If you have any questions on Mina the Hollower, please comment below, and I'll be happy to answer whatever I can. Please click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and click the bell icon to stay notified of any future releases, including my full interview with lead pixel artist for Mina the Hollower, Sandy Gordon. In the meantime, if you want to check out more of my videos, there are some on screen now, but until next time everyone, I hope you all keep well, and thank you very much for watching.